Where in your life are you holding on to something that no longer brings life? And what might become possible if you released it? Hello, I'm Tamika Jackson Delgavio, and this is a Retreat, Reflect, Renew monthly reflection on what blossoms after letting go. About a year ago, I decided to have a tree cut down in my backyard that had not flowered in over 13 years. It had become little more than a tangled cluster of sticks, lifeless and unyielding. I cut it down to a stump, thinking that this was the end of its story. A few months later, while walking through my yard, I noticed something that wowed me: tiny green leaves sprouting from the side of the stump. I paused in awe of this quiet resurrection. What had seemed dead and barren was now showing signs of new life. Over the next several months, I leaned into this wonder with curiosity, taking time to carefully notice its growth and simply witness it. Little by little, I watched the leaves multiply, stems reaching upward until they stood as tall as my 6-foot fence. This little stump became a reminder to slow down and truly notice life unfolding. This past June, about a year after the tree was cut down, I noticed another miracle. This time it carried even more significance because of the timing. June has always been a tender month for me, as it marks the anniversary of my father's passing. During this season, my grief is often heightened, yet gratitude remains a steady companion as I reflect on his love and legacy. So on this June day, as I sat in my yard and gazed toward the stump, I gasped. A brilliant purple flower, nearly 6 inches long, had bloomed. I hadn't seen it forming, yet there it was, radiant and alive. Curious to learn more, I did some research and discovered it was a butterfly bush. Instantly, tears filled my eyes. Butterflies have always been a symbol for me of my father's presence, and purple was always his color. In that moment, I felt as if heaven had reached down and left a message just for me. I heard my father's spirit reminding me that sometimes we must let go of what no longer serves us to make room for what God wants to grow. What feels like an ending can be the soil of rebirth. What amazed me most was discovering that the original tree had never been a butterfly bush at all. Once cut down, something in its environment changed, and it became open to new life, new pollination. Out of what was once barren, God brought forth something entirely new. It was a living reminder that when we surrender, God can take what remains and create beauty beyond what we imagined. By the end of the summer, the bush was overflowing with more than 50 blossoms. Each one felt like a whisper from my dad, a quiet assurance that love never dies. It simply transforms. Faith, after all, is trusting how even in what looks like loss, God is already preparing something beautiful to bloom. During this time of Advent, as we prepare for the birth of Christ and notice what may be birthing in ourselves, where might there be a butterfly bush waiting to grow in your life? What are you being called to release so that God can bring something new to life within you? Perhaps this is your gentle divine nudge to take that leap of faith, to trust that the letting go is not an ending, but an opening. And as you take that first courageous step, hold close God's promise in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Let go and let God bring forth your blossom. I hope you will click the subscribe button for more monthly reflections and visit us at retreatreflectrenew.org, where you can read more reflections, find out how to share them in our sacred circles on Zoom, and join us for an online or in-person retreat. Retreat, Reflect, Renew, a Christ-centered retreat ministry for those yearning for deepening spirituality and genuine community.